Students, in this class we are going to see thyroid and anti-thyroid drugs. So drugs under this chapter. So first drug is called as L-thyroxine. Look at the structure of the L-thyroxine. Already we have seen this. So T4 we have seen, it is a thyroid hormone. So it is having the similar structure. So it is having same structure as that of T4, but it is a LEVO form. It is a LEVO isomer of thyroxine. So LEVO, otherwise called levothyroxine. So it is a synthetic hormone that is having same physiological effects as that of T4, having similar structure, so having similar physiological actions. It maintains the normal T4 levels when there is a deficiency. So it is used to treat thyroid hormone deficiencies like hypothyroidism. For example, Hashimoto's disease and myxedema coma. What is Hashimoto disease? That is the autoimmune disease where thyroid gland is gradually destroyed. That is called as Hashimoto disease. What is myxedema coma? That is a loss of brain function due to severe hypothyroidism. So what is the use of L-thyroxine? That is used to treat thyroid hormone deficiencies like Hashimoto disease and myxedema coma. Next drug is called L-thyronine. Here, look at this structure. Here, by replacing this, that is para-hydroxyphenyl by means of hydrogen, means that is the structure for L-tyrosine. Already we have seen this in first class of thyroid and anti-thyroid drugs. So that is an amino acid. So what is that? It is L-tyrosine. So in the L-tyrosine structure, in fourth position it is having hydroxy group. Now here that H is replaced by means of 4-hydroxyphenyl, means that is called as L-thyronine. So it is in the tyrosine nucleus, here in OH, one H is replaced by means of 4-hydroxyphenyl, means that is called as L-thyronine. This is tyrosine, whereas this one is thyronine. Tyrosine is an amino acid. Now we are going to tell the name by means of this one. So here we have chosen this as a parent. 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3. 3 carbons means propane. That one is having an acid, means that is propanoic acid. We have chosen propanoic acid as a parent. So in that propanoic acid, what all would be attached? Second position it is attached with amino group. Third position it is connected with this one, and that one is connected with para-hydroxyphenyl. Okay, so we'll see the chemical name. So here 2 amino. In the third only this would be attached. So 3 open bracket. In that this 4, in that 4 what would be attached? 4 hydroxy. This is 4 hydroxy phenoxy. Close the bracket. This is phenyl and propanoic acid. So this is based on propanoic acid. Now we are going to tell this by using alanine. So what is meant by alanine? Alanine is an amino acid. So amino acid means you should have amino N. Another one is acid N. So in center it is having one carbon. 4 ends, one end is acid N. Second end is amino N. Third end is H. Fourth one is CH3. That is for alanine. So in that CH3, one H is replaced by means of phenyl, means that is called as phenylalanine. So in that phenylalanine, so up to this is called phenylalanine. So in the phenylalanine, fourth position is attached with 4-hydroxyphenoxy group. So what is the chemical name? So 4 open bracket 4-hydroxyphenoxy L-phenylalanine. So here L is representing the configuration. So that is the another name for L-thyronine. So what it is? It is a group of metabolite that is derived from thyroxine and triiodothyronine through the peripheral enzymatic removal of iodines from the thyroxine nucleus. So in thyroxine nucleus, so what is removed? Iodines would be removed, and it is a thyroxine nucleus that is not having the 4 iodines. So it is a thyroxine, but it is not having iodines. So how the iodines would be removed? Enzymatic removal. So by means of enzymes, that iodines would be removed and we are getting thyronine. So this thyronine is a derivative of thyroxine, but it is not having the 4 iodines. Next one is called liothyronine. It is having same structure as that of T3. Already we have discussed the structure T3. So it is having same structure as that of T3, and it is the active form of thyroxine. It is composed of tyrosine that is bound to iodine. It has rapid onset of action and used to treat hypothyroidism. It is used in condition where rapid and short duration of action is required. So after this we have covered thyroid drugs. So what is the main use of thyroid drugs? They are used to treat hypothyroidism. Now we are going to see anti-thyroid drugs. They used to treat hyperthyroidism. So what they are? They interfere with the synthesis, release or action of thyroid hormones. So how it is giving its action? Already we have seen 4 steps in the biosynthesis of thyroid hormones. In that, second step is oxidation of iodide and formation of iodotyrosine residues. So that step, that would be prevented. Or what is step 3? Coupling between iodotyrosine residues. So that is step 3. So step 2 and step 3 of biosynthesis of thyroid hormones, that will be prevented by means of anti-thyroid drugs. Now we'll see the classification of anti-thyroid drugs. There would be 4 types. So 4 types. First one is thiouracils, and that is classified into 3 types. One is thiouracil derivative, second one imidazoles, third one aniline derivatives. This thiouracil derivatives, examples are methyl thiouracil, propyl thiouracil. For imidazoles, the examples are methimazole and carbimazole. For aniline derivatives, examples are carbutamide, para-aminobenzoic acid, sulfa-guanidine, sulfanilamide and amphenone. So these are all coming under thiouracils. Second type is ionic inhibitors. Examples are thiocyanate, perchlorate, pertechnetate. Already we have seen these 2 names, where we have seen in step 1 of biosynthesis of thyroid hormones. So what is the action of these ionic inhibitors? They can prevent the step 1. And what are the examples for radioactive iodines? Iodine 131, iodine 123, iodine 125. The fourth one is substituted phenols. Examples are resorcinol, fluoroglucinol, 2,4-dihydroxybenzoic acid. So first drug is called propyl thiouracil. This is the first drug under anti-thyroid. So in which type it is coming under propyl thiouracil? That is the thiouracil derivative. It is having a pyrimidine nucleus. Already we have seen what is meant by pyrimidine. Pyrimidine means 6-membered heterocyclic ring with the 2 nitrogens at 1,3. But that should have 3 bonds inside. But look at this structure. It is having only 1 bond. So how many bonds are absent here? 2 bonds. That's why it is getting the name. For 2 bonds, how many hydrogens we have to add? 4 hydrogens. So it is called tetrahydropyrimidine. So in tetrahydropyrimidine, 4th position it is having ketone. So it should end with one. So it is called tetrahydropyrimidine 4-one. So where the hydrogens should be added? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tetrahydropyrimidine 3-one. Now what all will be attached other than that? 6th position it is having propyl, and 2nd position it is connected with sulfur by means of double bond. So it is called 6-propyl 2-sulfanylidene. Why it is called sulfanylidene? Because of the presence of double bond, it is getting the suffix "ene", dene. Okay, sulfanyl. This is called sulfanyl group. That's why it is called sulfanylidene. So 6-propyl 2-sulfanylidene 1, 2, 3, 4 tetrahydropyrimidine 4-one. It is a thiourea derivative. It is. What is meant by thiourea? This part now that is called as thiourea. What is urea? NH2CO NH2 is called urea. Instead of oxygen here we have sulfur. That's why this part now this is called as thiourea. It has anti-thyroid properties. It interferes with the oxidation of iodide by interaction with peroxidase or peroxidase mediated complex reaction. So in second step we have seen thyroid peroxidase enzyme, no? So that enzyme is inhibited by this. So it inhibits the synthesis of thyroid hormones T3 and T4. So this agent inhibits type 1 5-deiodinase. So that is an enzyme involved in the conversion of thyroxine to triiodothyronine. So for converting T4 to T3, there would be one enzyme. What is the name of the enzyme? 5-deiodinase. So this one, no, that is propyl thiouracil, that is inhibiting this enzyme. So T4 would not be converted to T3. So this results in decreased plasma triiodothyronine concentration and decreased entrance of thyroxine into the cells. So it reduces thyroid hormone activity. The next drug is called methimazole. So this is the structure of methimazole. It is having imidazole nucleus. What is imidazole? 5-membered heterocyclic ring having 2 nitrogens at 1,3. That is called imidazole. In third position, it is having methyl. And second position, it is connected with sulfur by means of a double bond. If it is having oxygen, it should end with one. But it is having sulfur, so it should end with thione. Thi is for indicating sulfur. So what is the chemical name? 3-methyl 1H imidazole 2-thione. So that is the structure for methimazole. So methyl, me for methyl, thi for this sulfur, and this is for azole for imidazole. So this is the first line agent to treat hyperthyroidism and Graves' disease. It is a thioamide derivative. It inhibits the enzyme called thyroid peroxidase and inhibits the metabolism of iodide and also iodination of tyrosine residues in the thyroglobulin by means of thyroid peroxidase. So it prevents the synthesis of T3 and T4. Next class we'll see a new topic.